Hi, everyone. I'm Kristen Bordage of Partnerships for Authentic Learning and Leadership. This video is setting up our next experience, which is reviewing a project, a service learning project called Project Place. It is technically a project based learning or PBL learning experience. But if PBL was a family member to service learning, it would be a close sibling. There are many components in the planning process of both PBL and service learning that are very much the same. This project, Project Place, is about a second grade class that advocates for making repairs in a local park. In reviewing the forms of service learning, it is an advocacy project. And you'll see that in the very first few frames of the video when the teacher is talking about sharing their findings and their proposals to city government. It was part of a high quality research study, so you'll also gain a little more knowledge about why the service learning, and in this case, the PBL that does have service associated with it, are productive for learning and achievement. For your own planning of service learning, I'd like to ask that you notice two things in the video. First, notice how the project starts. It's the teacher's responsibility in not all, but many projects to bring an issue to light because there are relevant issues and topics that do indeed align to your content that you teach. In Project Place, the featured teacher is teaching social studies and literacy. At the beginning of the project, you'll see the teacher use an entry event to jumpstart and motivate interest in this pre selected problem or challenge. But then you're also going to see the way the teacher encourages youth leadership or the voice of the second graders in their creativity and how they fix the problem. You're going to see a little clip where the teacher asks, "Does anyone have ideas of what we can do?" Right there. That's the teaching power move that creates space for student vision and student leadership. You'll then hear one of the second grade students say, "Well, we could say to the person who made the park that they need to fix the park. I wonder if we could persuade someone in government," was the teacher's response. This very brief moment of dialogue, if not pulled out and thought about from a service learning point of view, would maybe go lost on the idea that this is student voice in the curriculum. This is creating space for leadership for kids to well, frankly, to lead the effort in the change that they'd like to see at the park. From that point, the students' service takes shape. These students ultimately advocate their local government to make repairs to a community park. So, enjoy this video example, Project Place. Gain what you can about research and just overall feel of the PBL, which is in this case tied to service learning because they are advocating for a change. And that's one of our forms of service learning that we'd like to feature in this module. And then notice that bit of dialogue that creates space for youth leadership.